When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. Weaver. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this holler, we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. It's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I am. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Weaver. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game is just getting started and it's already on fire. It's already on the show. The show is on fire. I need me some water. I need some energy water because baby, wow, what a night in sports. I mean, you had the NBA draft, you had the Olympics, and even though we had already known that Suni Lee had won the gold medal in the all-around, to see it was just like, oh my goodness. And track and field started last night, and our own Raven Rogers won her heat of the 800 meters. Y'all got to give it up for her. I need a laugh. Where's my laugh track when not clap track, applause track when I need one? Raven Rogers, Kincaid High School, went to Oregon, SCO Ducks, first intern here at the lunch break. She won her heat of the 800. The 800s, and Raven came in first. Congratulations in winning your heat. I know she's probably running as we speak. I don't even know what time it is over in Japan. I just know she's probably getting it in as we speak. And I love the Olympic shot putters for the women, for the U.S. team. I love the women U.S. shot put team. I'm serious, baby. Act funny if you want to. Act funny if you want to. I will be caking with a shot putter. I promise you, I will be caking with a shot putter. I love all three of them. I love all three. If one of them is married, I apologize. If you ain't, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. I'm trying to make you I'm trying to make you the 60th lady of the church. I'm trying to get in where I fit in. Y'all better leave me alone, man. Y'all better leave me alone. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all leave my Kappa stuff alone. If y'all know what these letters mean, leave it alone. Leave it alone, man. Where's my music? What kind of music do I feel like today? What kind of tracks do I feel like today? I'm gonna figure something out right here. Hold on. Open up. So anyway, I got a special guest going to be joining me today. This dude is phenomenal. I've been watching him from afar. He's got his own radio, internet radio network, BS3 Radio. Look that up, bs3radio.com. Look that up because brother is getting it in. I follow him. I follow almost every one of the shows on his network because they're fresh, they're original. You know, they're not mainstream. You're not gonna find those on ESPN Radio or Fox Radio or anything like that. But these people on those shows, including I think it's his mom and his dad. I can't wait till he gets on. I got to ask him about that. I think his mom and dad have their own show, and they got intro music, and dad is just bobbing his head. So I can't wait to get Ben Sudderth on the show. Ben Sudderth the third on the show. He'll be in about 10 minutes, about 10, 15 minutes. So and I just got something that came up. I'm only going to be able to do an hour of it today. Only an hour of it today. I got stuff to do. I'm sorry. It just came up right before I came in. I haven't even informed the boss yet. So, she's going to be like, you did what? It happened right as I was coming in. So got to get out of here in an exact hour. So we got a lot we have to do. I should have had Chris Gardner, Houston Round Ball Review, come back on today. Because he came in his little Detroit hat yesterday, talking about Detroit basketball. And then they went out and with the number one pick in the NBA draft, they took the young man everybody wanted. Cade Cunningham, 6'8" and just nice with it. He's got nice handles. He's got nice touch. He's got defensive skills. I mean, nice. Cade Cunningham would make anybody's team better. Would make anybody's team better. Big Mike, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Big Mike's like, yo. What up, though? Got to give him some love. Big Mike. Hey, Tina Gilchrist. Tina tuned in. How you doing, Tina? Big shout out to you, your family. Hope everybody's all right. Oh, I didn't know that was magnetic. That's cool. So anyway, yeah, man. Detroit basketball got better last night, with Cade Cunningham out of Oklahoma State. But then the Rockets had the number 2 pick. And I'll be honest with you, I wanted the Rockets to go with some size. I wanted them to go Evan Mobley out of University of SoCal. That's what I wanted them to do, but I am not the man. Rafael Stone is the man. And he said with the second pick of the NBA draft, give me Jalen Green from the G League. Give me all that. Jalen, come here. Come here. And with that, the Rockets have an 18-point, 4-rebound, 3-assist guy out of the G League that hits 37% of them from the three. 6'5", 6'6", somewhere in there. I mean, Ben, man, look, he's already tuned in. He's going to be coming on in a minute. I can't wait to get him on because, man, this dude is one of the ones where you just know he's going to be somebody you're going to want to hang out with. Yo, man, what you doing later, dog? Let's go get us something to eat, Sup, Ben? Sup? Got it. Can't wait to get you on the live. So anyway, I like Jalen Green. I like it. Looks like he's just a dude that's going to, make it happen. I like his hair. I like his demeanor. He wasn't rushed about anything. He wasn't up there all nervous and everything. He did his interview like, he was grateful. He was excited. All of that. But I still wanted some size. Big Mike, Mobley is nice, but Green is special, I think. Okay, y'all gonna have to talk me through this right up until the last game of the year. Maybe get me through the first quarter of the season. If Jalen is ball in with Kevin Porter Jr., Kenyon Martin Jr., with, Jashawn Tate. If he's balling with them cats, Christian Wood, whoever else is on the team, because I feel like they're about to move a bunch of people. I just feel like I'm going to need to be all right until then. Like, y'all going to have to talk me through it. I know he's nice. I get it. I feel it. I was feeling his little sister that had hair like his. I'm like, okay, it's a hair family. I like it. I'm jealous, but I like it. I just felt like give me 7 foot and can do all that as opposed to 6'5" and do all that. I just help me with it. Won't somebody help me, please? Ben said Jalen was dressed like he's in the Jackson 5. I kind of like the old school. My producer, who he said you'll never see me on video. You'll never see me on video. That's what my producer said. He's about 18 years old, and he dresses like he's from the original member of the Jackson 5. And I'm talking about the cartoon version. He got the hat. He got the clothes. It's like, dude, where are you finding all these old school throwback stuff? So yeah, Jalen looks like he's a different cat. I want to see what he can do on the court. All right, I got to take a break. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is Freestyle Friday.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. That's 800-298-0139.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of the Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m. You got to give the people time. Give people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
This is Irma J from Internal Revamp, and you're listening to AJ on the lunch break.
Got to give Irma J a big shout out. She's about to start a TV show, and I'm so proud of her. I am so proud of her. Irma J about to get it in on the telly. Big deal. Got to get her back on the show and let us tell us about her upcoming TV show. But anyway, let me get back to Jalen Green for a second. And then I got a shout out to Milo. Milo just said it's going down over there at Walmart. They just announced that all associates have to wear a mask with or without the vaccine. So a lot of these private companies ain't playing with y'all. And I know, it's my right. They can't make me. Yeah, they can. They're private. Yeah. They can. And you got a choice. They're not forcing you. You got a choice. If you don't want to wear it, you don't want to, do what they're asking you to do. There are other companies that are hiring people. Other companies hiring people. Oh man, look, my day just got better. Hold on, let me get me some queued up music, and let me throw this up right quick. Hold on, without further ado, let me slide. Man, hold on. Let me get you some walk-up music, man. Let me get you some walk-up. I don't know if you ain't from Cali. I think you're from the East Coast. But let me give you some Pac and them as you walk up music. Without further ado, the founder and owner of BS3 Radio and podcast coach, it's none other than Ben Sudderth III. What's going on, sir?
What's going on? Thank you for having me on. And actually, I grew up in the Bay Area, so.
Okay. Okay, you know a little bit about that there. You know Cali knows how to party.
Oh yeah.
I got you. Ben, man, this is our first time meeting, and I'm serious, bro. I've been a legit fan for a minute, and I'm not even sure how we connected on social media, but man, I love what you're doing with BS3 Radio because you got some fresh shows, you got some real great talent. Tell us about how you got started with BS3 Radio.
Yeah, definitely. So, and also I want to give a shout out to Al High. Al High was on your show.
Yeah.
And that's how we got connected. But
okay. And we keeping Al in prayer because he just lost his grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep in prayer because I reached out to him about coming back on. I didn't realize that was our connection. That's a good dude right there.
Definitely. So I've been in podcasting for about 6 years, and I was just basically doing it on my own. I work with different networks. Shout out to my guys at X Squad Radio, good friends with them. And I did one podcast one day about North Carolina Tar Heels football. I'm a fan of the Tar Heels, every single sport that they play. And I went on one time and I was like, man, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. Is that feeling that I had afterwards. So doing podcasting for a while. BS Radio will be 2 years old in August. And so I started this network to just give people opportunity to get their passions out. If it's sports, music, life, I just wanted it to be a variety of different things because I'm a big sports guy, but I wanted to open it up for other people. And, shout out to my wife. She was the one that was like, hey, why don't you start your own network? You've been doing this for a while. You can also help people, get into the game and know that podcasting is really easy. It's just a matter of you hitting record and start talking.
Man, Ben,
that's how I started.
Listen, shout out to your wife because what you've done in 2 years has been amazing. Because I'm nosy. I'm all up down your roster. I'm looking at the variety of shows. I done clicked on some and like, man, this is real good. In fact, please tell your dad that I said, when that intro music came on and your dad's head was like, and I'm like, come on, daddy, come on through. So, man, you got a great, great network of shows, podcasts going on the BS3 Radio. Yeah,
and I'll add to this. The intro is actually my sister. So the person, the intro was an album that she made when she was younger. But they love that album. They don't want to get into any copyright issues, so they're going to play something that they know is going to be okay.
That's right.
Yeah, but my dad will appreciate that.
Man, I mean, I'm serious. I am really loving that. What's it called? What's the name of this show called?
So it's Suds Are Us podcast. The circle of, yep.
And say that tagline because I like that too.
The circle of love.
Yeah. I like it, man. I was feeling every bit of that. In fact, I rewatched their New Year's. I think it was season 2, episode 1. I rewatched that last night.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Wow, you are deep into it. I appreciate that.
Oh no, man! I don't play when I do my research, and then when it's good, I'll have it on. If I put something on as my quote unquote background noise, that means I'm really entertained by it. I'm really blessed by it, and I want to keep doing what I'm doing. But I want to check that out too. And I mean, man, you got a good thing going. Ben, where are you originally from, and how did you end up? You're up in Dallas, Fort Worth. How'd you end up there?
Right, exactly. So I grew up in California, a small city called Emeryville. It's in between Berkeley and Oakland. So I went to high school there. Then I went to college at Morehouse. So shout out to all the Morehouse people at the house. And then from there, I came back home to California, met my wife, and then she moved to Texas. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna move to Texas. We're gonna get married, and that's how it all happened. I've been here about 15 years now.
Man, that's what's up. First of all, hey, we are real big on HBCUs on this show because, I mean, again, ESPN just kind of found out the gems that HBCUs are, and we ain't mad. We'll take the exposure on your platform, but don't act like you founded the excitement that's connected with HBCUs. So you are definitely a great man if you are a Morehouse man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The house.
Yeah. So, and again, your wife got you to Texas. You like it. You love it. You rather be back in Cali.
I love it. Now, I would say I like the weather more so in California, just because it's pretty much 70 most of the time. You may get
Yeah.
above, a little bit higher from time to time. You may get in the 90s, but Texas heat right now, at this very moment right now, it's 100 degrees when you get in the car. No doubt, guarantee.
Listen, for a young man like me from Cincinnati by way of New Orleans, Louisiana, when I first got here, I thought I was going to die. But then when I realized I don't have to shovel snow, it doesn't get 20 below or more, I learned how to love it. So, man, I'm so glad to be here. I can't see straight. So,
Definitely.
Ben Sudderth III joining us here on the lunch break. He's a podcast coach. He is the founder of BS3 Radio. And we're so glad to have you on the show. Now, you said you are a sports fan. Obviously, you got a chance to check out the NBA draft. What were your thoughts about it? Any surprises for you? And then tell me your thoughts about the big trade between Washington and the LA Lakers.
I think it was kind of two surprises. Number one, obviously, was that trade. I was not expecting Westbrook to get traded to the Lakers because seconds earlier they were talking about acquiring Buddy Hield. So I thought, okay, maybe this is kind of just a hope that they want, but it wouldn't actually happen. So that, and then the other part that I had was the Warriors. I was expecting the Warriors to not pick anybody. I was expecting them to trade that pick or picks that they had, and they end up keeping it, and they got Kuminga from who was with the G League. Right. And so those were probably my biggest surprises. And I think it's going to be interesting with both of those teams in a loaded Western Conference. I mean, like you go from 1 to 8, like you could battle any of those teams with anybody in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, literally 1 to 10. I mean, literally 1 to 10, and that's why I feel bad for Chris Paul, man, because they had it as as the tennis players say, they had it on their racket. All they had to do was serve out, and they couldn't do it. And this year is probably going to be harder than it was before. And I know they don't want it easy, but the West literally got tougher just from the draft last night and definitely from that trade.
Right. And to comment on that, yeah, Chris Paul, if he didn't win it this last, playoffs, I don't know when he's going to win it, because this was probably the most opportune time. Brooklyn down with injuries, Lakers down with injuries, Clippers, Kawhi down with injury, Jamal Murray down with injury, the Warriors not even in it. Right. So the only way, and I hate to say this, but the only way Chris Paul is probably going to win is if he ends up partnering with a super team, because the Suns had the best opportunity they had. But congratulations to the Bucks. They're the ones that took advantage of the opportunity, because they had it in their laps too with the way the whole Eastern Conference went.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. And then, man, I gotta tell you, I feel like youth caught up with Phoenix at the wrong time. It didn't bother them game 1, didn't bother them game 2, but everything else after that, man, them young cats, it just felt like, they made mistakes, but they didn't come back to it. They didn't have the short memory that you have to have as an NBA player and just say, oh, I slipped on that one, but I'm still driving on the next one. Or I missed that shot, but I'm still going to take these next 5. So what were your thoughts there?
Yeah, that's 100% correct. And I think Chris Paul's health obviously failed him at the wrong time, which it happens every single playoffs. And I don't wish that on anybody, but specifically him, because he's gotten so close. And obviously this was the closest, but his wrist, I was hearing that his knee was bone on bone. But what I do think is when it came down to it, Cameron Johnson played great, but coming off the bench, I really like Cameron Payne. I like Cameron Payne. And I think when it came down to it also is that Ayton just could not at all defend Giannis. I mean, down low, he was getting pushed around. And that their youth was not able to get him over that hump. But I do think this is some playoff pedigree and some experiences that they can use in the future. So that's the positive note.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on record, and I not many of us broadcast journalists, sports broadcast journalists, will say I was horrible last season on my predictions. I was wrong about Baylor men. I was wrong about Milwaukee. I was wrong about Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl. I was wrong about just on everything. I think the only thing I got right were the Dodgers. I think that was the only thing I got right. But I say that to say, I believe that Phoenix is going to be top 4 in the West next season as well. If you look at it, during this past season, they were top 2, top 3 all year long in the West. They did that. And they didn't luck into the playoffs. They didn't sneak in because of it. They were legitimately there the whole time. I believe that they will stay there, but they got to get some help for Ayton. He can't do it by himself. They, too, have to get a little bit more size, because when they lost Sarek, that killed their bench strength with some size to back Ayton up, and that cost them ultimately down the stretch.
Yeah, that's a great point. Sark, when he was out, that definitely made a huge difference.
Right.
Torrin Craig, he played minutes during the year, not having him, and then obviously CP3 and Ayton getting in the foul trouble. That was another thing that I've noticed. Now, I will be honest, I didn't watch a lot of Suns games throughout the season, but Ayton seemed to get in foul trouble early, and then it's like the big man game was pretty much thrown out of whack.
Yeah.
And then you basically have Booker and CP3 trying to do everything.
Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and put this out there, and you don't have to say nothing. I like to get in trouble. Frank Kaminsky ain't it. Frank Kaminsky is a nice, bench coach and role player in practice and all that. But if you got to depend on him as a big for 5, 7, 12 minutes, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely comment on that. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. They're gonna have to figure that out. Yeah. I don't think they expected to even play Kaminsky, because he didn't really know what to do when he got in the game. Obviously, there wasn't like a lot of a game plan for him. But what the Suns did in the draft, they got Day'Ron Sharpe, I believe, out of North Carolina. So he's a young cat. I think he's physical. It's gonna take some time to get him up to speed, but he could possibly kind of slide into that spot where Kaminsky was.
Yeah, we got Ben Sudderth III joining us here on the lunch break. He's a podcast coach. He's the founder and owner of BS3 Radio. Be sure to check that out, bs3radio.com, and I'm telling you, you're going to love everything you see. Now, you're up in the DFW. Are you following the Mavericks at all?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Very closely.
So obviously, they didn't have a pick, and they got some adjustments that they need to make. Where do you see the Mavericks going from here?
I think the only place is up. Now, I do think they're going to have to figure out Porzingis. From what I've been seeing, he is still in Dallas, so it's not as if he went somewhere else. So I think he's going to stay here because the trade value is extremely low at this point, the way the playoffs went. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be on the up and up. I love the picking up of Jason Kidd as the coach. I don't know a lot about Nico Harrison. I know he's close to Nike, so hopefully he can use some type of connections. But I think, honestly, Carlisle not being here may attract some people here.
Okay.
Luka's a monster alone by himself, but they're gonna have to figure out how to play Porzingis, or you got to trade him at the trade deadline. Mm-hmm. And not having anything in the draft was concerning to me, because the youth, really, Josh Green, they picked up Josh Richardson last year. That really did not work out. And they're going to have to get some depth, some defense. Tim Hardaway Jr., I like the guy. He's one of the streakiest shooters on earth.
He is.
So to expect night in, night out from him to give you 20 a night is just not going to happen. Yeah. And he wants a big payday.
Yeah.
So I think this year is going to be a so-so, probably 6th, 7th, 8th, in the West, maybe in the play-in. But I think the next couple of years, I think we're going to see some improvement where they'll be able to at least run with the big dogs. And they won 7 games with the Clippers. So I'm saying all that, and they went 7 games with the Clippers, but still, they don't have that extra thing to get over the hump.
What's interesting about that is when they made the trade, and got Porzingis, I was high on the Tim Hardaway piece of that. I was like, yo, Mavericks, y'all going to love this young man. And like you said, he's been joy, he's been pain, he's been sunshine, and he's been rain. And I just want to see him be more consistent because I feel like if they can get that spot locked down next to Luka, that backcourt is set. Now you figure out what you go do on that front court and on that bench. That to me takes Dallas to the next level.
Exactly, I agree, and I think it's gonna have to be a free agent, obviously, because you don't have you didn't have any draft picks. So you got DeMar DeRozan out there. I would love to see DeMar DeRozan in a Mavs jersey. You got Kyle Lowry. I call him Lowry. If you go back to the Bad Boy days, he's too old, and he wants like $20 million. So somebody else can pay him that. You got Lonzo Ball out there. So there's options. It's just a matter of, can the Mavs go into a meeting? Can they actually get a meeting with the player first off? Can they go into the meeting and get the deal done and sell them that, hey, we are actually trying to build something here? And I think that's what's going to make it happen.
Ben Sudderth III joining us here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. It's our Freestyle Friday. Bobby Portis, what are your thoughts about him, and where do you see him? Who do you see trying to pluck him out of Milwaukee?
Bobby Portis, man, I forgot he was on the Bucks, to be honest. I know he got drafted by the Bulls, got into that fight with Mirotic, a little while back.
Yeah.
But he is that spark. He is that Deshaun Stevenson, if you go back to the Mavs championship run. He's just that dude that's gonna give you the spark, gonna give you the rebounds, give you the corner three. I mean, they love him in Milwaukee. So I think that obviously there's a couple teams, and it's going to be contenders. So Lakers, put Lakers in that conversation, put Clippers in that conversation. Maybe if you want to put Portland in that conversation, because Nurkic is off and on each year. They're going to need some big man defensive type help. So there's a variety of different teams, Warriors. Any team that's going to be competing next year is probably going to be calling Bobby Portis.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I said as the finals was going on, this dude just made more money. He just banked some more money by the way he was playing. And I was glad to hear that the head coach, Mike Budenholzer, listened to his assistants when they said, we got to play Bobby more. Here's what it is with Bobby on the court. Here's what it is without him on the court. Coach listened to him, and it proved to be the difference. So I too think he's going to make a lot of money. Ben Sudderth III joining us here on the lunch break, legendary KYOK, AM 1140, 92.3 FM. Ben, a lot of big trades still left and possible out there in the NBA. Ben Simmons is still in Philly right now. Like you said, Kyle Lowry is still out there. And there's some other cats that, Dame Lillard, does he really want out of Portland? If so, that's going to be a blockbuster. What do you see dropping next in the NBA?
I see the Ben Simmons deal going down next. Now, Philly is smoking something. I don't know what it is, but they are wanting 4 first-round picks. They're wanting multiple players. Ben Simmons' stock is not there. Now, I get it. When you're in a trade situation, you're going to set the bar high,
right?
And eventually you're going to have to wiggle that down, or you're going to have to wait until you get into the season.
Yeah.
So I think that is probably the next big chip that's going to fall. I think Dame is staying in Portland. I know there was that report that came out that he's going to request a trade in the next coming days. I think Chauncey Billups is gonna cause him to stay. They're going to have to sign C.J. McCollum. I think he's coming up on a free agency situation. So I think Ben Simmons is coming up next. I think Bradley Beal sounds like he's staying. So that's another thing.
I felt bad for him yesterday. I really did. I was like, man, Bradley got another running mate that's gone. So I feel bad for Beal, man.
Kuzma, he got Kuzma, KCP. I know he's got the kid from Gonzaga, Hachimura, from Rua Hachimura from Gonzaga. But yeah, that's going to be tough. Also, I think Luka's about to get a massive deal from the Mavs. Talking about my backyard, and they're going to pay him whatever he wants. It's a blank check. He's going to get the Supermax. So that's it too. So that's probably another guy that's going to get signed, monster money soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Ben Sudderth talking some real good basketball for us. Let's switch over to the football side. We know Cowboys about to get it going on next Thursday when they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Hall of Fame game. We know that Dak had a little muscle strain in his throwing arm. What's the latest you're hearing on that, and how much do you expect him to play in that Hall of Fame game? Because a lot of folks want to see Dak under center.
Yeah, definitely. So it's not as serious as it seemed as far as the arm. He hasn't really thrown in a while dealing with the injury. So from what I'm hearing, the Cowboys are going to rest him, definitely. I don't think he's going to play in the Hall of Fame game because just the way that they want to be cautious. The ankles is good, but I think the arm hasn't gotten as much work as probably as what he wanted and probably what the team wanted. So they're just going to kind of let him sit. But I think Dak's going to be good when it comes to the season. He may play maybe the last couple of games or preseason games.
Okay.
But this Hall of Fame game, I know people want to see him, but I don't know if he's going to be out there for long or at all.
Yeah. Hey, man, I can't wait to see Ben Berducci. Give me my Ben Berducci.
The Mafia guy.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, I had a lot of fun with his name last year. I said it wrong on purpose. There's another guy that we're wondering is going to have a big bounce back, and that is Ezekiel Elliott. What do you expect out of him? And is that revamped offensive line going to give him a chance to be who he was?
Yeah, I love this question because Zeke's been putting in work for sure. He's lost weight. He almost looks like the Ohio State Zeke. I think he's going to have, I'm going to say it right now, I think he's going to have 1,200 yards. That's where I'm going to put him at.
All right.
I think this definitely going to be a bounce back year. I think the line is going to depend on Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
He's had neck problems, back problems, shoulder problems. He's starting to fall apart. Mm-hmm. But if he can manage to give them, at least 75% of the games, that's going to be major. I think La'el Collins he's coming back extremely healthy from what I'm seeing and hearing, and he should be ready to go. So Zeke is going to have a monster year. Also, Dak being there the entire year, which I think that will happen, is going to make a huge impact on what he does on the field. So Zeke's ready. He's going to be in rare form. And I think we're going to see that first couple of years Zeke this year.
I hope you're right, because with him, Tony Pollard, that's a great 1-2 punch. And the receiving core is legit. But, I kept trying to tell a friend of mine, Todd, if you listen, I'm finna smack you around again. Todd kept trying to tell me that Andy Dalton could be a cheaper version of Dak Prescott. We now know that ain't true. That's like sacrilegion, man. You can't even say Andy Dalton and pause some more, Dak Prescott in the same part of the sentence. So I really expect the Cowboys to bounce back in a big way.
Yeah, and I'll say this. When they signed Andy Dalton, and people were like, oh, this is, if anything happens to Dak or if he doesn't sign, Andy Dalton's the guy. I'm like, don't ever in your entire life compare Dak to Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton had some good years. That was with the Bengals.
Yeah.
But he's a backup at best. And when he got in the game and people were all hollering and saying, oh, this is going to be it. Like, no, this is not it. This isn't his team. This is not Dak. He doesn't have the mobility like Dak. I don't think he has the arm strength like Dak. So the Cowboys signed him as backup. People were saying it was leverage, but it definitely wasn't leverage because they don't equal each other.
Right. No, definitely wasn't leverage. Ben Sudderth, the third, joining us here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Let's go out to your Bay Area. Buccaneers, they obviously made a big splash when they got Trey Lance. When they did, he just signed a fully guaranteed deal, got him in camp now. But of course, head coach is saying that it is, Jimmy Garoppolo's team.
Yeah.
Everybody's already vaulted San Francisco back near the top of the division. I ain't impressed. Haven't been impressed, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo and the head coach running the show. What are your thoughts about your hometown team?
Yeah, I like Trey Lance. Now I think he's got some upside for sure, and I think that's why they picked him and not the smoke screen of Mac Jones. People that talked about that was a smoke screen. They weren't picking Mac Jones regardless. That's a side note. But Trey Lance, I like him. I think he has obviously more upside than Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo's been doing his thing there, but he cannot stay healthy. Every single year he's had an injury except the Super Bowl year, which obviously they didn't win it. But I think this is Trey Lance's job to lose.
Okay.
If he makes a lot of mistakes, which rookies do, I think they're going to give it to Jimmy G. But by week 6 or 7, just the same thing I said with Tua. Week 6 or 7, he's going to play. Trey Lance is going to play.
Yeah.
You don't pick a guy this high to have him sit the entire year. This isn't 1992. This isn't Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre.
Right.
These guys get out there and play at some point in time in the year, and I think it's going to be week 6 or 7.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. There's a name also that's dangling out there that I think might be off the board for San Francisco, and that's Aaron Rodgers. Well, it was one thing when we were thinking Jimmy Garoppolo was going to be the guy, and Aaron Rodgers was going to be able to get out of Green Bay and possibly over there to San Francisco. But what do you see happening after the season is over and Aaron Rodgers is able to leave Green Bay? Do you see San Francisco as a player for his services?
I would say no, because of picking Trey Lance, Jimmy G that's there. Now I think he had the Raiders on his list, so the Raiders could be it. I mean, obviously, from what I've heard, Gruden is not the biggest fan of Carr, so that could be a situation. Elway is always willing to throw money at older quarterbacks, so that's another situation. But I'm starting to think, did they somehow convince Aaron Rodgers to stay? They brought back Randall Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of his requests.
Right.
He wanted to be more involved in, I guess, the game situations and player decisions. Sounds like they're giving him that. So
right.
At this point, I'm thinking, you're not going to be in a better situation anywhere else than where you are right now. So why leave? You're going to get the most money. Money is not even a question or an option for you. So I think once the season goes along, they're going to have success because they always do. So I think he's going to end up staying. I think he wanted some things to happen, and in order to do that, you got to push the envelope, and he 100% pushed the envelope this time.
Dude, he pushed the envelope off the edge of the world. Let me tell you. Ben Sudderth III joining us here on the lunch break. Ben, I know you got to get ready to go. Let me throw this out there. I pray we're gonna stay connected so you can hold me to this. I got Aaron Rodgers leading Green Bay to the Super Bowl. I don't think they're gonna win it, but Aaron Rodgers is so petty when it comes to stuff that you don't even think about. Aaron Rodgers, when Russ Wilson was talking about God, when Aaron Rodgers and them beat Seattle, he said, "I guess God was a Packers fan today." Aaron Rodgers will get his mama back if he could. I feel like he's gonna play his behind off like he did last year and got the league MVP when they were about to push him out. I see him leading them all the way to the Super Bowl this year, just so he can walk away and say, "See, I told y'all." So write that one down. That crazy dude on KYLK said Aaron Rodgers is going to lead them to the Super Bowl. It's way too early. It's
early prediction.
Give me. I'm going to put you on the spot too. Give me your NFC finals and your AFC finals for this upcoming season.
All right, you did put me on the spot. Okay, I'm gonna go with KC. I think KC is gonna be there again.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm gonna put Buffalo there again. I think that they're two great teams. They're putting it together, and they're two of the best quarterbacks. Going over to the NFC, I think I am gonna put Green Bay there, and then the second team I'm gonna put. People are gonna probably laugh at this, but I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I think they'll finally get over the hump.
You were so good, man. You were out of your heart. You were all in the reality, and then you drop back down in your heart, man. I'm not going to argue with you because I said last year that I thought the Cowboys could get there, and then Dak got hurt, and you know what happened from there. So we'll see, man. I'm going to write those down. We'll come back. We'll look at them again. It'll give us another reason to have to get back together. All right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll love to come on again. I enjoyed it. And real quick, to your point of Aaron Rodgers, I do think that he is petty. He is the 50 Cent of pettiness in the NFL. So he will do everything possible to make sure that happens. And he will do his discount double check. I think he wants to win the championship before he retires.
Yeah.
And what better place than it to happen with the Packers? It's not going to be that easy anywhere else.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Guys like Jordan Petty, Tom Brady Petty. I mean, Tiger Woods was petty. It's something about that great of the greatest. They got that level of pettiness that drives them. LeBron is petty, drives them to that next level of, hey, here's a gear you didn't even know I had. Hey, Ben, do me a favor, man. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you and keep up with all the amazing stuff that you're doing at BS3 Radio.
Definitely. So at BS3 Radio, all avenues of social media, bs3radio.com. Also, we have a BS3 Radio group, which is on Facebook. A lot of the shows are posted there. People post, you can pretty much post anything there, as long as it's not vulgar or over the top. And that's pretty much where you can find me. My email is bs3sports@outlook.com. If you're interested in joining BS3 Radio, reach out. Or if you just want to chat, I'm open, I'm down to earth, and that BS3 Radio everywhere. All you gotta do is type it in and Google it.
Man, I tell you what, brother, I'm gonna be staying in touch. Tell mom and dad I'm a fan, I'm a follower. I'm gonna be checking them out. And man, I'm definitely gonna be getting with you about doing some things because I like what you're doing. I like your character. I like the way you handle yourself, man. You're a good dude, brother. And again, let's stay connected.
Definitely, we will do. We got each other's contact, so yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch.
I appreciate it, man. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your weekend, and we'll be looking forward to having you back on again.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Ben Sudderth, great dude. And I mean, do what he said. Follow him at BS3 Radio on all social media platforms. Go to the website. I'm telling you, you don't find many good brothers like that. And he is definitely a good brother. And I mean it. I'm not just joking. I am a fan of mom and dad. Ben Sudderth Jr. and his mother, they do a great podcast. And like I said, I was just checking it out for a minute and got hooked and found myself season 2, episode 1. I can't wait to get back and see more. So I'm writing his down. Let me write that down. He said KC and Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. And he said Green Bay. And who did he say? Who did he say in the NFC Championship game? He said Dallas. I will put him down. And I'm putting BS3, which stands for Ben Sudderth III. And that's his picks. Now, I said that I thought that Green Bay is going to be in the Super Bowl. So I got to put my other teams with that. In fact, let me go out on a limb right now. Get my birthday music together because I got to get to some birthdays today. People remind me when I don't do birthdays, like, man, you got all upset at the assistant attorney general. You didn't even do the birthdays. All right, my bad. I'll do better this time. But anyway, on the NFC side, I am going with the Green Bay Packers. And I hate to say this, fans. I'm going with Tampa Bay again. And I'm a New Orleans Saints fan. But until somebody beats Tom Brady with a team like that, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC Championship game. Now, I got Green Bay winning that because remember I said Aaron Rodgers is going to get them to the Super Bowl. On the AFC side, yes, indeed, Kansas City coming back. But I don't have Buffalo in there. The team I have in there, y'all gonna think I lost my mind. The Tennessee Titans. I got the Tennessee Titans in the AFC Championship game with the Kansas City Chiefs And I got the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Green Bay Packers. That's me. It's way too early. I might change my mind later on, but that's what I got right now. Y'all gonna think? Y'all gonna think? No, Willie Gibson, I ain't got Cleveland. Willie, are you all right? Willie done bumped to. It's hot up there. It's hot up there. Let me put y'all take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of the outlet of the Facebook right now, or YouTube or Twitter. Anybody got Cleveland? I got Cleveland in third place in the AFC North. That's where I got Cleveland. All right, and then Keith Hennig said, "I believe you're correct about the Packers." That's big of you to say. That's big of you to say. Suds Are Us podcast. Suds Are Us podcast. Y'all look for that. Y'all find that on YouTube. You're going to love it. You're going to thank me later. When you hear that intro music and you see Dad nod his head, you're going to be like, this is great. I love it. Hey, Mom, Dad, if y'all ever need somebody to get on the show talking crazy, I'm your guy. I'm your guy. I can be serious, and I know a little bit about a lot of things, but I'm going to talk crazy for about 4 minutes, okay? All right. Let's see. Ben said, I can see Tennessee. I'm serious, man. Y'all watch out for Tennessee. They sneaky good. A lot of great teams in the AFC. Teams that will compete in the playoffs in the AFC, going to be your Pittsburgh Steelers, going to be Buffalo. Yeah, I said Pittsburgh. I did, because Ben Roethlisberger, they're not going to have him throwing the ball 58 times. They're going to have him handing off to a stud running back like Tennessee has. So you got Pittsburgh, you have Baltimore, you have Kansas City, you have Buffalo. Oh, gosh. You ain't going to have the Raiders. I ain't putting them in there. Cleveland might get back in the playoffs. They might. There you go. That's the AFC side. But Tennessee is going to, watch this, man. Tennessee's going to get in that AFC championship game with the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game. One thing I love about Ryan Tannehill, he understands his role. And did y'all forget who Tennessee picked up this offseason? Have y'all seen that Tennessee receiving corps? And they got Derrick Henry, and the defense ain't bad? Oh, man, please. Tennessee. And then on the NFC side, man, it's going to be some real good teams. It's going to be some real good activity. My Saints will be in the playoffs again. Tampa Bay obviously is going to be in there. Green Bay is going to be in there. Dallas will be back in the playoffs. I really feel like Philly is going to get in this year. I know everybody's Washington. Do you know who your quarterback is? There's a reason why he's been on so many different teams. I'm not saying you're not getting in. I'm just saying y'all ain't winning it all like y'all think y'all are. Everybody got all excited. Washington, they were 7-9 last year. I'm sorry. It was an exciting 7-9, but it was 7-9. You can be go be, all in that headspace on another show. But on this one, we're going to call it what it is. Yes, they won the division, but they won the division at 7-9. Yeah, they gave Tampa Bay a good game. 7-10 ain't going to get them there this year. And I don't see Ryan Fitzmagic getting them above 8 wins, 9 wins at the most. Dallas and Philly will be the cream of the crop of the NFC East. So it was an exciting 7-9 because they had a little bit of a run. You know what I mean? They had a little bit of a run. It was excitement down to the last, them getting in, and then they beat some people in the playoffs. It was an exciting 7-9. I'll give them that, but it was 7-9. It wasn't beast mode. It wasn't beast mode when Seattle was 7-9 and they ran over my New Orleans Saints. It wasn't that. I get Ron Rivera. Everybody loves Ron. In Ron we trust. Bless you, man. Praying for your health and all that. But come on. Y'all act like he got the second coming of Patrick Mahomes. He got Ryan Fitzpatrick, for Christ's sake. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is a year older. He doesn't have a young Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's got a older. Come on, man. So, yeah, cream of the crop in the NFC East, I just gave them to you. Dallas number 1, Philly number 2. I think they both get in the playoffs. Saints get in. Tampa gets in from the same division. And then you got to figure it out from there. Seattle or San Francisco? Which one get in? Seattle to me. But everybody's in love with San Francisco again. And then Green Bay and nobody else out of the maybe Minnesota. The Bears not ready yet. Detroit's going to be putrid. Detroit is going to be so bad. Oh my gosh. Detroit is going to be so bad. Have you heard and seen their head coach? Detroit is going to be so bad. All right, let me get to these birthdays for these birthday people get on me. Man, Ben Sudderth, I'm telling you, him, Al Hyde, those are my guys. All right, I got a ton of birthdays to do, so y'all rock with me for a minute. Lisa Jones, cuz, happy birthday to you. Bishop E.L. Usher, celebrating his birthday today. Bishop Usher is the double nickel. Happy birthday to you, Bishop, over at Greater Grace. Did I get that right? Is that his church name? I probably got that wrong. But anyway, Rhonda Sullivan Hughes celebrating a birthday, along with Fox 26's queen, Dominique Keith. How you doing, sis? Happy birthday to you. Myra Washington with her singing self. Rhonda Ragsdale is a good sister, and she's celebrating her birthday along with Carlita Washington. Carolyn Traylor, there's a story behind my praise, is celebrating a birthday with Van Treese Anderson, Sonia McFadden Robinson, Fayetta Bland, Alvin Romar, Yvonne Whittington, Isaiah Lewis Jr., Tashina Baptiste Bailey. TBB, happy birthday to you. Helen Hatford, Reggie Knight, and Derek Altunian, all celebrating birthdays. Couple of celebrity birthdays for you. None other than Bill Cartwright. My quick Bill Cartwright story. He was flying coach. I was flying coach. He was first class. I was first class, but he was first class by the window. Hey, can I have your seat? Like, have my seat. I'm tall. I need to put my legs in the aisle. Sure you can. Bill Cartwright bought me free drinks for the rest of the flight. I had free Coke. I had free Sprite. I had free iced tea for the rest of the flight. That was my Bill Cartwright story. He's celebrating a birthday today, and wish him nothing but the best. All right, y'all, let me get ready to go. Here's my birthday serenade to the birthday people.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
All right, y'all, let me get ready to go. I got a little bit of business I got to take care of today, so it's only a 1-hour show. I'm about to get Sybil Wilkes on here with what you need to know today. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Wash your hands, wear your mask where you're supposed to, give people 6 feet. And listen, when you see that racism or bullying, for whatever reason, kill it. Not the person or the people, the racism and the bullying. We ain't about that no more. You got to drop that. You got to stop people from doing it. All right. As always, y'all, love y'all. See you on Monday. And y'all have a blessed and safe rest of your weekend. Here's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. The Senate voted Wednesday to begin debate on a roughly $1 trillion infrastructure bill after weeks of negotiating. The vote was 67-32. It invests $73 billion to build the electric grid, $66 billion in passenger and freight rail, and $55 billion for water infrastructure, among other initiatives. The White House claimed that the bill's investments in various areas of U.S. infrastructure were either the largest ever or in several decades. Emergent Biosolutions announced that the FDA will allow it to resume the manufacturing of the drug substance that goes into Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine. The FDA will still need to inspect the individual lots of vaccine before they go out for shipment and can be administered. The plant had been contracted by Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca, but production was stopped after a mix-up earlier this year that involved ingredients and contamination. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com.
The legendary 1140 AM AYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
All right, y'all. I really hope y'all enjoyed the show. And again, man, y'all, I want to thank Ben Sudderth III for coming on the show. BS3, man, thank you so much. Much blessings to you, your family, your wife, and everybody under the BS3 family, especially your parents. So, man, we got to have him back. Y'all follow him. Give him that lunch break love, okay? Again, not this, definitely this. We'll talk to you on Monday.